All right, week 4 college football breakdown here. An early SEC kick in Auburn, Alabama. We got Mizzou traveling to Auburn to take on the Tigers. Seeing Auburn after last week's major disappointment against Penn State, still at home, still 7-point favorites here in this spot. Pretty low total as well at 51.5. This is a spot where I would like to be on Auburn because I think they got, on paper, clear matchup advantages in this game, and I'll kind of get to that. Right now, I haven't played anything yet, but we'll kind of run through it. TJ Finley, who has been the starter through the first 3 weeks of the season at quarterback for Auburn, he will not play in this game. He's out with an injury. In steps Robbie Ashford. Personally, I think that could be the better move anyway. Robbie Ashford is much more of a threat in the run game. I know TJ Finley's pretty inconsistent as a passer, and I think Ashford might be even more inconsistent, but having Ashford in there full time might help unlock that element of the quarterback run that this offense may need because they don't have good wide receivers. They struggled up front last week against Penn State. This team needs answers offensively. I'm not ruling out the fact that Robbie Ashford could be the answer to some of Auburn's issues, if not just adding one more threat the defenses have to worry about. To be quite honest with you, this is a matchup where Tank Bigsby should have a career day. This Missouri run defense is atrocious. It was terrible last year. They got torched against Kansas State a few weeks ago. I don't really care how they looked against Louisiana Tech or Abilene Christian. Tank Bigsby, has obviously been bottled up in certain spots. This shouldn't be one of them. And with Jaquez Hunter, this is a game where Auburn should really just pound the run game, and it'll probably work out for you because there's just not much resistance there on that Missouri side. What's ultimately keeping me off of this game right now, though, and I didn't think I'd come into this week thinking this, but I'm concerned about Auburn's defense a little bit. And the way I power rate teams, my efficiency metrics, I don't know if my efficiency metrics have adjusted enough as to how bad they looked last week. I mean, 3 Penn State, it wasn't just Nick Singleton for Penn State, who's obviously a very talented back who was able to break off some chunk runs. I mean, Penn State had 3 separate guys that ran the ball well against Auburn. I think Missouri can run the ball well. I mean, they obviously don't have Tyler Beatty anymore, but this is a system that has yielded good running backs. They're good up front. They're physical up front, much more so than people would give them credit for. So I'm going to need to see some improvement from Auburn defensively, and that's kind of holding me off right now. If they can stop the run, though, I really don't worry about Brady Cook torching this defense through the air. I think Missouri made the wrong decision at quarterback, quite frankly, and it probably just stems to the offseason. They probably should have gone and gotten a more established guy in the portal. Don't think Brady Cook is going to present much of a threat down the field. But just my overall concerns, I'm interested to see how Auburn bounces back here. It was obviously kind of a tumultuous offseason there with all the Brian Harsin stuff, and now losing that game to Penn State. He's squarely on the hot seat. Teams respond in these situations one of two ways. It's either a step-up spot, or like we saw with Nebraska last week, they're just totally lifeless. Personally, I do think Auburn on paper should win this game by double digits. I think this is actually kind of a short line, but I am getting enough pushback, and just I think Auburn's defense was concerning enough last week to where, as right now, this is probably not going to be an official play for me. I usually do come in on Friday, Saturday, and add some smaller plays that I do lean heavily towards, think these principles work well, but I maybe not want to put a full unit on. This could be one of those because ultimately Auburn should have their way in the run game. And then on paper, if Auburn can stop the run, should be able to win this game by double digits. So lean Auburn, but did see enough wrong with that defense to where I am a little bit concerned about that side of the ball. Appreciate y'all watching the video. If you like what you heard today, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and don't miss any of the upcoming content. Comment your best look on this game down below. Side, total. If you're not a betting guy, just a prediction. Comment your best look on this game down below. You see this shirt right here. I know you've been staring at it the whole time. Go to proud90.com. Unique but very comfortable polos as well. Also got t-shirts, hoodies, quarter zips. Proud 90's got all your golf apparel needs. If you see anything you like at checkout, use code Fordham. It's going to get you 15% off your entire order. Support me. Support Proud 90. Proud90.com.